Good evening, everyone. Really nice to see you all again. Here I am, Chef Jane, and tonight is a nice night. I had a good day today planning this nice little simple menu for you. Good Sunday evening food, especially now that it's getting cooler and we're into fall, and it rained today. So today is another great soup day with a nice side European salad. Everyone loves gooey, sticky, yummy French onion soup. So I concocted all this nice combo for you. And we're going to proceed now. I'm going to show you little step by little step on how you produce a fantastic French onion soup a la Francais. Okay, here we first start, guys. I've already caramelized some of the onions for you. Now, you always do that with a little sauteed butter. Unsalted butter I use because it's more healthier for you. Excuse me. A little olive oil. And you get them to the consistency that they're wilted and caramelized brownish. That's the onions for the base of the soup. Now I want to show you how I prepare. I save some onions to dice, not dice, but chop for you, slice for you, so that we can continue the cooking process. So you take your onion, round, unpeeled, peeled, excuse, and you just diagonally square it all the way down in full slices like so. Don't dice them, mince them, or chop them. Leave them just like in slices, like you would sliced for a hamburger. Okay? And then you throw them in the pot, and you just naturally let them cook. So, here's the start of the product. Now, I also wanted to explain to you that the main part of your soup is, of course, very good quality stock. And I always use a cooked down beef stock with beef bone, which I've prepared here. And it also has on the bottom, when you see me pour it, diced onions, so the flavor can marinate through the stock, through the soup base. So what we're gonna do, going to caramelize the onions because that's all part of the flavor of your French onion soup, with a little Porky the piggy, of course. He's still here. See, he's visiting. He's looking down on our cooking. God bless the piggy. Thank you. Oink, oink. And I'm the piggy in the kitchen. Oink, oink. But that's good. That's a really fun, good thing. So you always have to have fun when you're concentrating on a great therapy like art of cooking. But please be careful. Don't burn yourself, cut yourself, or make yourself cry. Especially slicing onions. You can cry from those. But here we are having some good times. So getting back to our soup, you're just going to cook that down so it caramelizes. You get the basic idea. Most of them are already caramelized for you. And you're going to mix, stir the remnants, the bottom part of the soup, so everything is mixed up, nice mixture, all blended together. Pour that in there, in your stock pot. Now, what I use is 2 whole cups of just plain straight beef stock, beef flavored stock. You add a little seasoning to that stock to give it a little boost me up because it's very bland flavored. So what I use is a mixture of seasoning. Could be herbes de Provence, which is French because we're making French onion soup. I use a little rosemary in there. Whatever seasoning or herbs you have available. They can be dried or they can be fresh. Now this is my own little sidekick thing. What I also like to incorporate for flavor in the soup is good old-fashioned Lee and Perrin's Worcestershire sauce that brings out the boldness of the beef stock. It really helps pick me up the flavor. If you don't have Worcestershire sauce, you can also use beef bouillon or Maggi. Maggi is a very good beef seasoning to anything, an accompaniment with beef, anything that has to do with soups, stews, or casseroles. So I'm doing the Worcestershire sauce this evening, and you just add a couple of dribbles of that, maybe 6 dribbles. What I also like to use is some white wine for some flavoring. Any kind of white wine. This evening I'm using Pinot Grigio. You can use Chardonnay. Give it a little boost. Of course, if you cannot drink any wine to put in the soup, just to let you all know a tidbit, the wine burns off, the alcoholic content burns off in any mixture of cooking, and it's just for flavoring.
That's a shame.
Can't get drunk on soup. Can't get drunk on cooked white wine. Sorry, fellas. Can't get drunk in beef stew with beef bourguignon, which has red wine. Oh well. But so, what we're gonna do is, I prefer to mix cheeses with this particular soup because it's also for consistency. The cheese melts down and it smoothens out the flavor in the beef stock, which can be very strong sometimes because the beef has cooked down in your liquid. So what I like to do is I add fresh grated Parmesan cheese, and you melt that down into the soup. Constantly stir it till it's all mixed. You can add about, I put about, I know I did it freelance, but you could put about 4 to 5 tablespoons. And then, I also have, I'm going to be serving it in these little cute brown crock pots. These are French onion soup dishes. Little soup pots. You fill up the soup here, the consistency up to the top, the level right there. And then you put your bread, which I usually use sourdough, little round sourdoughs. You lightly toast those. You put that on top, and then you add your layer. I use Gruyere cheese, which is the specialized, the generic for Gruyere is Swiss cheese.
Jane, what the hell is that?
Cuckoo clock. Because we're cooking and we're going cuckoo.
You always knew this was an insane asylum. Continue.
So you're going to place nice, I'll show you, I'll display it for you right now. You can use mozzarella, you can use fresh Parmesan cheese, but since it's French onion soup, I always like to top it off with Gruyere cheese. So take your pot, we've mixed the soup, it's a nice consistency now, and we're gonna ladle it, the soup, into our little crock pots. Until the top fill line level. There we go. Come on over here. Wait, I put a little bit too much in it. Come on over here and place your round of toasted bread right there. So the reason we do the toasted bread is that the soup is uplifting to bind the cheese, to melt it on top. So then the next step you're gonna do, it's 3 steps. Soup, the bread to uplift from the bowl, the soup, and then your cheese to top it off, and then you put the cheese there, and all you do for about 2 to 3 minutes is stick it under the broiler, and it's all melted and gooey and running down the pot. Right here, you just stick it on top, like so. And then all you do is, I made one serving just to demonstrate for you. And you put it, in the oven, under the broiler. There we go. And that's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes. So the cheese is nice and crusty on top, and it absorbs with the soup, with the bread, and then it's ready to come out.
Jane, you and I have more pressing matters to discuss this evening. I know we're in here tonight on a culinary occasion, but tell us what's going on in this apartment on October 29th, Saturday.
October 29th. Well, we know it's hooting time. And this hooter wants to hoot with a household of friends and have a gala, glorious evening of witches and goblins and Frankensteins and ghosts and pumpkins. You know, it's fall, and some of the craziness comes out in us from the fall seasoning before the major holidays, you know, place upon us.
So long story short, you're having a Halloween party in here, October 29th. Is it true that Harvey's coming?
Yes. We're having a crazy hoot of a Halloween party. We're having some fabulous people that are arriving, my friends.
And what's the name of the guy who said, "It's got nuts in it"? What'd you say his name was? Stan?
Stan.
He's coming.
Stan is coming.
Judy, the Bible chick, is coming.
Judy is coming.
Judy,
his wife, Stan and Judy, husband and wife, and they're really fun. They're great people to be with, especially in a get-together. And my funny, really funny disco man, my crazy Harvey. Where is Harvey's ring? This is Harvey's ring. It won't work, darn it. Oh, there we go. Harvey's coming. Yeah, we're gonna have a great hoot of a time. Oh, we're gonna have the disco music and all the dancing and the fun and all the Halloween costumes. By the way, I'm having Halloween costumes. People are supposed to dress up, and I don't know what I'm going to be, but I think Harvey wears his Halloween costume every day because he's fun. He's fun, he's great. And then we're gonna have some of Jason's great friends, Andrew and Brad, and other friends of Andrew's and Brad's girlfriend, and of course my crazy son Jason, the sous chef Jason, the assistant. Then we're gonna have just a nice time.
We're gonna work on Lenny.
Well, we'll try. Maybe Lenny will make a muscle appearance.
Maybe Lenny can come dressed up as a member of the Hells Angels. We'll see.
But no, it'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a nice household. So look out for us, October 29th. Happy Halloween, folks.
Gonna be good.
And here we are, the end result. Your crock pot of French onion soup, all the yummy, gooey, chewiness of your topped off cheese that's nicely melted, and your soup is in the pot all ready to consume.
Is that Jason?
All your soup that's ready to be consumed.
Can I speak to Jason?
Hello, Jason. Nope, not yet. Tomorrow. Jason, I'm with Andrew right now, please. Yes. Could you please call me back later? I'd love to speak with you. Thank you. Thank you. So just to let me show you how you attack this baby. I normally pull off the gooey, and here's the product, your yummy soup. Delicious. Albella, les vivantes de résistance en français, to life in France. French onion soup, homemade. And then I've also whipped up for you all a nice, wonderful European green salad with I put on the European salad normally dried cranberries, candied walnuts, candied pecans. I didn't want to add too much cheese to these recipes today. I normally put shaved Parmesan, Reggiano Parmigiano, or feta cheese is excellent with this kind of salad. So now we're just going to put our salad crumbles. This is a mixture of dried cranberries, candied pecans, and cucumbers. So your cucumbers here with raisins, golden raisins, your dried cranberries, your candied pecans. Then I sliced up nicely in quarters cucumbers with fresh bed of chopped romaine salad, lettuce, and arugula. Arugula is a very, very good dark green to be eaten on the European salad side. Very well consumed with the onion soup. This is a whole meal in itself, really. But normally the French people that have this kind of layout will have something like this on a luncheon. But for dinner, if you're eating an earlier dinner and you'd like an entree with this, this would be served first, the French onion soup. That's nicely consumed, then they take a break, and they, along with their entree, whether they have chicken or meat or fish, they will accompany a salad as a side. And that would be a whole meal. But personally, I could eat this on a rainy evening or a Sunday night or a family night and just hang out and have just good soup and salad. That's very healthy. So,
with a 40 ounce.
With a 40 ounce?
Yes.
Okay, super great. Super great. But this is the European green salad. I normally make it with different kinds of greens, but arugula or even baby spinach is really excellent. So, here's our evening tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed the steps of making soup and seeing the end result. And just do it very cautiously. No cutting the onions, cutting your fingers. Cut them properly. Caramelize them. Go through all that process. Add your herbs. Add your sauce, your Worcestershire or your Maggi. And just nicely, slowly cook it. Simmer it over the oven. You can also slowly cook it on a lower temperature and leave it covered so it can slowly simmer and cook, and then serve it with your crock pots. But don't forget your bread on top, because that upholds the soup from drowning the cheese to be sucked into the bowl. So your steps are 3. Soup, your crust of bread, and then your cheese on top. You stick it in the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes and nicely melt it. I thank you for being with us tonight. I enjoyed this segment very, very much, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. But just to inform you, it's October 2nd. October 29th is also an important date. I'll look forward to seeing you before then, but we'll see you then also.
Well, in the next episode, word on the street is that you're going to have an assistant in the kitchen by the name of Brad.
That is correct.
That's the word on the street.
If we can make that great arrangement. And then, of course, my assistant, sous chef Jason, will be back also. So we'll even have more of an involved event. But cheerio for now. À votre santé. Au revoir. Bonsoir.